Yeah, if you don't mind.
Yeah.
Just me and Laura. Okay, just a reminder that
I'm sorry, I'll get out of here.
my cousin Kelly texted me last night. So what? She said we can go ahead and do it. She has to go get gas for the. So we're gonna play the national anthem, and then it will break first after. Okay. All right. That's good.
She likes
Okay, I'd like to welcome everybody to our Buckwheat Festival and to our lamb show this morning. We're going to get started. If you guys wouldn't mind standing with us, we're going to have a word of prayer, and then we're going to have the national anthem before we get started.
All right, let us bow our heads. Dear Heavenly Father, we thank you for this day. We thank you for this opportunity for our kids, for our families, and for this community. We ask for your blessings and your grace. We know that you are here in the midst of everything that we're doing. And we just ask for your safety, protection, good spirits, friendships, and success, relationships being built, and memories to last a lifetime. Thank you for everything that you do for us. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen.
We would like to welcome our judge, Levi Richards. Levi is from Bowling Green, Ohio. He studied animal science at the Ohio State University. Levi is a regional sales manager for Kalmbach Feeds and the national brand manager of Formula of Champions, Show Feeds. He has judged cattle, sheep, and goats in 18 states and Canada, including the North American in Louisville, Pasadena Stock Show in Texas, Canadian Royal, and most recently, the Western Bonanza in California. Levi enjoys traveling the country, evaluating and showing livestock of Casey with his wife Kayla and their 5 kids with 1 more on the way. Please help me in welcoming Levi today. And just so you know, there are copies of the show sheets at each corner by the stairs. If you don't have a copy and you'd like to follow along with the show, there's copies of the showmanship and the market show for the lunch. All right, we're going to get started with our first class of showmanship. This is our senior division, ages 16 and up. We have Avery Adams, Natalie Stemple, Bailey Kasonic, Emily Schillenberg, Sarah Conklin, Isabel Hosmer, Ava Bishop, and Heather Hayes.
Well, good morning. Certainly a beautiful day here to show livestock, and I love getting started here with sheep showmanship. It's one of my favorite things to do. I'll tell you what, I was here last year, and I had bragged to a lot of different fairs and a lot of different people about how much fun this was, how good the show was, how exceptional the showmen were, and on top of the quality of livestock. Quality of livestock's great here, you guys. But I'll tell you what, the top end of showmen, I think are absolutely exceptional. I think they compete anywhere else that I've judged in the country, and I truly mean that. I'm not BSing you, I'm not making it up. I think you guys are top notch, and especially being here down, say, to these top 3-4 young ladies. I think it is really good. Boy, these top two I think are awfully good. I don't know if they go and compete at a national level, if they play at a national stage, but I think they could. I think they're more than ready for it. I think both of them do a really nice job. This young lady up front, I'll tell you what, this one is just so smooth. I think she's so articulate about the way that she gets that sheep set up and driving. Love how upward she keeps that head and neck, that sheep facing forward with that nose, but yet she has very little pressure on that head and jaw. And boy, just finding that happy medium is something that's so hard and takes such maturity and experience and time to really get. And I tell you what, if you just watch this sheep and just kind of stand back and watch the sheep do her job herself, she's not here to do a job as much as that training. It just shows that the training and time and effort that's getting put into preparation work here for this particular land. This young lady here in the second hole right now, I think is awesome. Just absolutely top notch. A little bit more aggressive on the head and neck at times, and I think that's okay. I do like the way she keeps that nose point forward, maybe just a little bit more than the young lady in front of her. I guess if I was going to be picking on you, it comes down to feet and legs at times. It's just once in a while you got one off or you're just a little bit too wide on those back two. It is really close, but I think when you guys are as good as you are, I have to take little nitty-gritty details into account like that. And it just kind of sets you guys apart today. For me, I'm going to give the young lady a win up front, and the young lady to pick up this one. Great job, but don't forget to get the ball talking.
First place and our champion senior showman is Emily Schillingberg. Second, Heather Hayes. Third, Natalie Stemple. Fourth, Avery Adams. Fifth, Isabel Hauser. Sixth, Sarah Conklin. Seventh, Ava Bishop. And eighth, Bailey Cassano. And Emily, you'll be coming back for our overall. Our next is intermediate division, ages 12 to 15. I need Elizabeth Witt, Carolee Foltz, Mallory Mazza, Landon Uphold, Cameron Hayes, Payson Varner, Carter Bollier, Colton Blamble, Levi Dietz, Kylie Richards, London Castillo, and Veda Walsh. On deck, we need our junior division ready, ages 9 to 11. Ages 9 to 11, please be ready.
reminder that all of our shows are live streamed on Mountain Digital's YouTube channel. Our sale, the auction will also be live streamed there. Another thing that we're doing this year instead of the land dressing contest is we're having an old timer show. Anybody is eligible. You must have aged out of the Preston County Livestock Association. We have registration forms up here. If you are nominated by someone else, you'll be contacted to accept it. The show is at 3:30 on Friday. You're also able to decline it, but you would have to pay a $20 decline fee. You can also self-nominate yourself. So that's what will be happening at 3:30 on Friday.
Oh, sorry, no, but I can probably figure it out. Where's the USB?
Live streaming in progress. Everybody can see. And then I feel like
No, I just wanted you to do it. It should be your product, but I didn't do it myself. It's okay. Snap, whatever else. I was gonna make it until I could find it. And it was like, Alex was gonna be like,
like that Marley. That's a good reminder. When you're, although I feel like it's more here too. My house. I can find another that I cannot sit in there, but I can get there with all these. Yeah, I know. Chuck it there. There, but I feel like I need to pick up here.
Again, a really solid class here all the way down. I think you guys are doing a tremendous job. I think these top two are awfully close. There's a long list of things that they do really well, both of them. And I think it really has to come down to those nitty-gritty details once again. Young lady up front, I think, does a nice job, gets as firm and effective and hard breaks and touch out of this sheet as anybody in the class. And I think there's a lot to be said for that. For me, I think this is something probably both of you have been guilty of at times. I feel like you're both setting them up just a little bit too wide from behind. Yes, we want them wide base, but I don't think they ever need to be set up wider than what their hip structure and skeleton are. Otherwise, you're kind of thinning out that inner leg. So it's something I want you both to work on just a little bit. I do like the width you put underneath this front end. I think it keeps him nice and square, and he's on the right angles there. If I was getting a picky on you at all, I think at times your hand positioning gets just a little bit off. You get in front of and underneath that chin and behind that sheet rather than the side-to-side approach. And it maybe comes down to personal preference. One thing I love about both of you get behind the shoulder blade of that sheet with both of your feet to set those hind 2 feet. All right, it really looks very clean, professional. Gives you a little more wingspan and reach. So I love that about both of you guys. The lady in the pink shirt, I think you do a really nice job. Again, one that gets a really good drive out of that sheet. If I was going to pick on you for the way that this guy's hip and hind leg are constructed, we probably need to stretch the sheet out just a little bit more than what you typically do. He tends to look just a little more bunched up out here, okay? So work on that just a little bit. Just throw those back 2 feet out behind him just a little more than what you have. It is also close for me. I'm going to use young lady at front to win. Young lady here's what we say. Great job.
First place and our overall intermediate champion showman is Payson Varner. Second, London Castile. Third, Cameron Hayes. Fourth, Elizabeth Witt. Fifth, Kylie Richards. Sixth, Levi Dietz. Seventh, Carolee Foltz. Eighth, Landon Uphold. Ninth, Mallory Mazza. 10th, Carter Bollier. 11th, Beta Walsh. And 12th, Colton Glamour. Now we're ready for our junior division, ages 9 to 11. I need Eli Johnson, Madison Dumeyer, Silas Ringer, Kennedy Koger, Claire Foley, Kylie Frankhauser, Haley Roy, Caitlin Kelly, Scarlett Hayes, Carson Belanger, Aubrey Stemple, Taylor Dumeyer, Maylee Hayes, Addison Verdegeber, and Amy Hamilton. And on deck, I need Emily Schillingberg, Payson Varner, Alex Burns, and Brooklyn Castile.
The TVs are not on in the Hog and Lamb and Goat barns because they are coming to fix the Wi-Fi.
Cricket. You're a cricket.
You're gonna have to check.
Really competitive class scene here once again. I think the longer we're out here and narrow it down to these top three, I think just the more logical our overall placing is going to be. And I'll tell you what, let's talk them very quickly because I think it'll just kind of fall right into place. Young lady up front, I think does a really nice job. Her U-lane has not always been the most cooperative out here. At times she's been all over the place, but her approach and technique of getting that one set up, the way that she hooks into the front of that sheet, keeping that head and neck upright, I think are top notch. And there's some other pieces that I think once you put her on a sheet that's just a little bit more cooperative and just a little more of a show pony out here, I think you'll see this one just kind of come to the top all the easier. But still, for me, I think she's a major competitor out here in this particular ring. Young lady here in the second hole, I think you do a lot of things right, and I think you're probably a little more on it in terms of feet and legs than a few of the others back here, and that's what's kept you up here. I like how you keep that head and neck upright, but I'd like to see you rotate yourself around the front of that sheet just a little bit more. I also, with your size, I don't believe that you have to get down and squat as low as you do to get that sheep shown correctly. There's times where I wish I was shorter, so I didn't have to get down so low. You're half my size. I certainly don't think you have to do that. So I just want you to be careful not to overdo it so much that it's a distraction to that pitch away from your balance. I think you're an incredible showman. You do a nice job. Just work on that hook up on the front of that sheep just a little bit better. Come around the front of that one just a little bit. Don't stay off to the side as much as you are. Really, here in the third hole, I think you do a nice job. You kind of stop and you immediately get into that sheep. And for the most part, this sheep will set itself up. I want you to focus on those feet and legs just a little bit more, though. Always stop and at least place one or two hands, or one or two legs by hand, just to show me that you are. That's something I think the top end of this class, all of us need to focus on just a little bit more, is placing some feet and legs by hand. I know you guys are young, you're short, you maybe don't have as much of a wingspan in terms of reach, but I think it's something we need to focus on even at a young age. I think it's something that will set you apart from your competitors. The better, or the sooner that you get it down, the better you're going to get it showman. It'll just help kind of mature you. Love your approach up front in terms of when you handle that head and neck. Sometimes I wish you were wrapped around the front of that sheet just a little bit more, not just trying to push with the kneecap, all right? So kind of keep that in mind. Right here, you pretty phenomenal showman. You do a great job. I'm going to keep you in order. Young lady at front, my winner. You're going to be second. You're going to be third. Great job. Let's put your hands together for all winners.
First place and our champion junior showman is Haley Roy. Second place, Maylee Hayes. Third, Amy Hamilton. Fourth, Aubrey Stemple. Fifth, Caitlin Kelly. Sixth, Kylie Frankhauser. Seventh, Kennedy Coder. Eighth, Claire Foley. 9, Scarlett Hayes. 10, Silas Ringer. 11, Madison Dumeyer. 12, Amy Hamilton. I'm sorry. It was Addison Rudy Heber. I apologize. Third place, Addison Rudy Heber. I'm sorry. 12th place, Amy Hamilton. Third, Eli Johnson. 14th, Taylor Dumeyer. And 15th, Carson Delaney. Sorry, Addison. Okay, so this last class is our overall champion showman. So we will have our first place back from our senior division, which is Emily Schillingberg. We'll have our first place back from intermediate, which is Payson Varner. And we'll have our first place back from the class we just had, Haley Roy. And they will be joined by Alex Burns, which is our overall champion from 2019, and Brooklyn Castile, which is our overall champion from 2022. This class will determine our overall Lamb champion showman.
Yeah, I am tomorrow. I'm going to PCLA. I like champagne better than this. First one back. Yeah, I got last.
Emily made me put him over here.
Yeah, she really did.
Here,
The weight class, do they need to be in a certain order when they come in, or does it matter?
No, anyway.
Doesn't matter?
No.
How much she doing?
She's going to be more into the race. No, I said they.
Do you know if they've already accepted it? Or they've already accepted it?
I already have the medal.
I gave them the medal. I gave them the medal.
She just doesn't want to forget to take it down.
That should be good. Just make sure you bring it back.
Our showmanship awards today were sponsored by White House Cattle, and our champion overall will be getting a medal, a vinyl banner, and a cash prize. Our other winners that are already out there that you've seen previously, they all received a medal as well.
Yeah, that's too much. I never, every time she comes up, I just,
Right? Right? Just one, yes.
Well, I think it's only appropriate we start by putting our hands together here for all these contenders for overall sheep showings. I've been to a lot of county fairs throughout Ohio, Michigan, Indiana, and not see a top end quite as tough as this. So I really commend you guys. And this is what I remember, just how good showmanship was here, and that really left a lasting impression on me. And to be honest, I do. When this young lady came in the ring, I instantly remembered picking her to be our Supreme Showman last year. I think she does a phenomenal job, and just watching her work that sheep, I think she fits right in out here and kind of sets herself right up to the top here, along with one other competitor. I think she does a nice job getting this one set up, nice and square, keeping that head and neck upright. I'll be honest, at times I wish you weren't just pushing him back away from you so much. But boy, I think that's a little tiny nitty gritty thing. You do an awesome job getting him presented, really hard to the drive, and he's not always cooperating real well out here for you, but you work through it. I don't care how they cooperate. Sheep are stupid. We all know this, right? But they are. I don't even mean it. Sometimes I say stuff to try to be funny, and they're not. I wasn't even trying to be funny that time. So, sheep are just flat out dumb. We all know this, okay? So they're not always going to cooperate. I don't care how they act. I care how you respond to that and how you work through it. And your perseverance here and working through that, I think, really speaks highly of you. I think our other biggest competitor out here for you is the young lady up front. One that's just so smooth and just so mature out here, and just makes it look so easy and so effortless. I think the work that the sheep has been put through, I think, to get to this point has got to be absolute top-notch. I said it in her class, that sheep is out here to do a job just as much as the showman, and I think that speaks very highly. I think you're just a little bit smoother at your approach. I think when it came time to get back out of those sheep, you were just a little bit more delicate about your handwork and just really showing that one off. And even with just being able to get out of that sheep and still showing it to the max like you did, boy, that just kind of sets you apart from your competitors out here. For me, it honestly is between these two young ladies. I think both of them are phenomenal. You can both show sheep for me any day, and honestly, I don't breed sheep anymore. We used to. We had to sell our flock a few years ago when we built a new house and kind of started over. But the way that I kind of think of this approach at times, I call it the show dad mentality now, because it's when we need another showman, if we have two maybe make final drive and we need to pull another showman, who's going to be the one that I ask? And I truly mean when I say either one of you, and honestly about all of you guys, could kind of fill that spot for us. I think you're all great. For me, the one that's just kind of done the most amount of good out here, this young lady up front, she's going to be a Supreme.
Our overall lamb showman for the 2023 Buckwheat Festival is Emily Schillenberg. We're going to grab some showmanship pictures real fast, and then we're going to start right into our market lamb show with our first group of lambs that weigh 101 to 113.
And then you let us know if you need water or whatever later.
I'll take water whenever.
And then we have a brain, a nice brain. I don't know if you were here. Yeah, the years before where we had no break.
Oh, yeah.
We fixed that.
Okay. That's fine.
We fixed the time, so it's better.
Cool. I remember having a pretty good break. Sometimes it was kind of sweet too. And I remember having a pretty good break between.
Yes, and we don't have very many goats. I think 40. So our goat show will be much smaller than our meat show. Yeah, so you'll still have a nice break between all breaks.
How many legs do you have?
Oh, in just a second. They're just taking pictures. Did you No, we're good. As soon as the market show. Okay. We're gonna announce it. Okay. Well, actually, maybe we better not. She might not be up there. Between 65 and 69. We'll just announce it in her class. So if you just want to listen, I just don't want to look at it. I made myself a note on this paper.
Well, that's what I was like, why should we do that right now? Look at that, right in your face. How's that?
Yeah, he did great.
Yeah.
Yeah. 15 in the class. And it was
Oh.
Sarah Conklin originally and Renee and Green Star.
Yeah. Oh, good. Well, Amanda always opens in prayer, and she wasn't up here, so I did a quick step in for her. Thank you.
Just another quick announcement for our old timers show to give you some logistics on it. It is Friday at 3:30 in place of the lamb dressing contest. It is also a fundraiser for PCLA. Anyone that has aged out of PCLA can showing in PCLA can be nominated. You can self-nominate, someone else can nominate you. It's a $10 fee. If someone else nominates you, you will be contacted and you will either have to accept or decline. If you decline, it's $20. However, you can be nominated again.
Where's this guy from?
It all adds up to B in front of Ohio State University.
Yeah, and there he is.
I guess because it's done.
You're welcome.
No, just one minute.
Where's this live stream?
Mountain Digital.
I can send you the link.
I was going to say, I can send you the link.
My boy, well, my youngest two are home. 419 310 315. And to the point where I walk in the house and like my 2-year-old's like, are you judging or working today? Definitely judging. So he likes to watch it.
So I want to show you real quick now that it's this one. She's 9, it's her first year. Her lamb is 133 pounds and she's 16 right now. Anyway, it's funny to watch her. She's very serious. Second.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay, are we good?
All right, we're going to go ahead and get started with our first class of market lambs. This is Division I, Class 1. I need Amy Hamilton, tag 331, Eli Johnson, tag 344, Sarah Conklin, tag 317, Ava Bishop, tag 303, Carter Bollier, tag 307, Landon Uphold, tag 366, Cameron Hayes, tag 338, and Scarlett Hayes, tag 343. These lambs weigh 101 to 113.
I'm sure she knows, but I don't know. I guess I figured it out. Thank you. Hey, they knew. Okay, so I'm gonna just mess them up. Okay, all right, sounds good. Thank you. My
Really nice class to get us started. I think the young lady and her weather up front just kind of win this class rather handily for me. When she gets up and driving and kind of gets the right amount of stretch up for him, he gets squared up high. He's really opened up and round and just barrel chested about that center body. He's square hipped, he's wide based, and handles with a lot of power all the way through. Is he just the coolest, stoutest, or most stylish fade one up to that front third? No, I think he has just a little bit plainer look, but still, I think one is just super complete there from the shoulder back. I think we probably lose just a little bit of look and balance, although this is a stylish lane. We probably just lose a little bit in terms of upper skeletal squareness and then just underlying balance. If you want to, we can just shallow this one up in his chest forward, her chest forward. Drop that flank just a little bit more and keep her a notch more squared up from hook to pin. In a perfect world, we'd have all those lines going on a little bit better. Still, this one handles with so much power and freshness over that top and from behind. I think she's a serious competitor to get up on the top half of this class. Just a couple things we've got to do a little better in this sheet to get her to actually win it. The one that comes next, I think, just does so in terms of her handle. She's really firm to the touch. She's very fresh and expressive. She's got a big square top in her. And there's some things certainly that we could change in terms of her overall build. I'd like to make her a little more angular, come into that knee just a little bit more, change that underline and just make her a notch more square. But still, I think in terms of overall expression and power over that top, I think she needs to stand over top of this one. It's going to be fourth here. One that may be a little bit more correct in terms of feet and legs and general assembly. Just need to make her just a bit more fresh and expressive today in her overall handle. Really nice class here. We've got a couple going on now. The next one just gets a little more mature, a little more compact in her overall appearance and build. Still has some power and shape. The one we just kind of lose a little bit of shape going down the line there in terms of overall muscle expression. If you would, let's try to put your hands together for a nice class.
First place, Cameron Hayes. Second place, and our first place county bred is Landon Uphold. Third place, Amy Hamilton. Fourth place, and our second place county bred, Ava Bishop. Fifth place, Eli Johnson. Sixth, Scarlett Hayes. Seventh, Carter Bolliard. And eighth, Sarah Conklin. We're ready for our second class. I need Ava Bishop, tag 304, Amy Hamilton, tag 332, Mallory Mazza, tag 350, Beta Walsh, tag 370, Caitlin Kelly, tag 346, Colton Blamble, tag 305, and Claire Foley, tag 326. These lambs weigh 114 to 119.
Going to give these three in this particular order. Young lady up front going to win this class with what I think she's the most complete one in terms of her overall build and assembly. I think she's very correct underneath. I like her squareness that she offers up high. She's opened up about that center body, offers enough extension. Is she just the squarest and stoutest one we're going to find today? No, absolutely not. But I think she combines that power, shape with general build here to get up on top of this class rather easily. I'll take a look. The one in second here doesn't just blow you away from the side. He gets this a little bit broke right at his hip and low, a little bit shorter and steeper about that hip. And that being said, I think he sees what he does because he just absolutely blows us away in terms of power in that rack shape, and he has plenty of leg shape from behind. There's some things we certainly want to change. He's a little more upright on every corner. Like we talked about, just throwing in there, they're tipping one and making him square from hooks to pins, but still I think one has enough in terms of overall just stoutness and just density there to get up in the top couple of this class. The other ladies, just going to be third here. Again, one is just very complete. Long body, body, very sound and correct in terms of feet and legs. Maybe this one gets a little bit longer about a shoulder blade, which correlates into a deeper chest. We want to just shorten those two things up and tie that neck up higher from the top of the shoulder blade to appreciate the squareness and just overall look that it gives it from the shoulder back. If you will, let's put your hands together. Got a really nice pass from there back. Just some things that we maybe give up a little bit for some give and take. Great job, you guys.
First place and our first place county bred is Claire Foley. Second place and our second place county bred is Caitlin Kelly. Third place, Amy Hamilton. Fourth, Mallory Mazza. Fifth, Ava Bishop. Sixth, Colton Blamble. And seventh, Veda Walsh. We're ready for our last class of Division 1. I need Avery Adams, tag 301. Maylee Hayes, tag 340. Emily Schillingberg, tag 360. Alex Burns, tag 310. Colton Blamble, tag 306. Levi Deeks, tag 320. And Bailey Kasonic, tag 349. These limbs weigh 120 to 125.
Yeah. 133.
we've kind of cranked up the heat a little bit going into our next class. I want to make sure that we talk everybody up here, up towards the front end. I think there's one that wins the class. I think once you stand back and study them in their overall build and get your hands on, you realize he's just got so much more to him in terms of overall density and power and shape up through that top. He handles so fresh. He's got a really wide, thick, deep groin edge in him. Boy, is he stout from behind. Just wanted really deep at his seam and really opened up about his skeleton, yet fills it in with so much power through that leg. I love his roundness through his cage. I like the extension off of up high. Just a really nice, very complete one here that hits you with a lot of power. Young lady's got a U-line here that's so fresh in terms of her handles. She's very, very firm to the touch. I like the length of body. Maybe just need to tie that neck up a little bit higher from the top of the blade to get a little bit more correctness in terms of build up through that front third. Still very square from hook to pins. Maybe not quite as powerful and abundant there in terms of overall power compared to that class winner. Still one that I think is extremely cool to look at from the side. Really impressive when you get your hands on her. Young man's Weather here that's going to be third. This one we probably just lose a little bit of that freshness and look. I think this one's a little bit early maturing, a little bit shorter coupled, a little more upright on his corners. That being said, I think once you get beyond that, boy, is he round and busted open about his center body. Certainly powerful when you get your hands on him. Over that top and from behind. Just a couple things we've got to rearrange in terms of his skeleton and maturity. I would appreciate that one anymore. The young lady's got one that I hope she's got somewhere later on to take this one after this show because he's got so much life left in him. His build is extremely good. There's just not enough sheep here today to really impress you and get any higher in this particular class. But boy, is his build top notch. I think he's really square up high. His underline's exquisite. His necktie is very, very good. You need to bust him open and just simply give him more condition and power today. And I think over time, I don't know if you got a Louisville or a Denver as an option for you. I think that sheep's just going to get better and better with more time on feet. We're going to round out with the absolute brick house of this U-Lamb here. She is rock solid when you get your hands on her. A couple things in terms of her build we've got to change. First, she's a little bit longer about that blade, ties into a deeper chest floor, comes up a little bit higher about that flank. We need to change that whole underline to balance her up just a little bit better. I'd like to make her square from hook to pins and tie her into that back leg just a little bit better. I'm just trying to reconstruct everything from the hips back. But boy, I'll tell you what, you get your hands on her. I don't know if there's a heavier muscle one in this class. Just a couple things we got to work through to move her up any higher in this particular class. We're going to round out with a couple that I feel like just lose a little more touch, a little more time and expression today. Still, I think, high quality sheep that are very sound and easy feeding. If you would, let's put your hands together for all of them.
First place, Emily Schillingberg. Second place, and our first place county bred, Maylee Hayes. Third place, Levi Beats. Fourth, Avery Adams. Fifth, and our second place county bred, Alex Burns. Sixth, Bailey Kasonic. And seventh, Colton Glamble. Now we're ready for our Division I champion and reserve. We need back in the ring, Cameron Hayes, tag 338. Claire Foley, tag 326. And Emily Schillingberg, tag 360 for our first places. Then our second places, we need Landon Uphold, tag 366. Caitlin Kelly, tag 346. And Maylee Hayes, tag 340. And then on standby for our county bred, after this is chosen, we'll need Ava Bishop, tag 303 on standby. And Alex Burns, tag 310 on standby.
Yes, where's that good? And we'll need one for regular, one for county bred. So we'll need two of each.
Well, I don't think we need to drag this out any longer than necessary. When one comes in the ring, and I think this kind of runs away with the division. I don't think we need to waste any time, building up the suspense or anything. I think there's one out here that just kind of blows the rest away in terms of overall power, balance, and build. It gets probably a little bit closer for reserve between the second class of that one and another one of the class winners. It chose the arm between the two, but I just felt like they were a little more opened up about their center body, a little more expressive in terms of the touch today, just a little more correct in terms of the line. If you would, let's put your hands together. I'll select your champion and reserve to your right way. Great job, guys.
Okay. Instead of
girl like you.
Okay, so Bailey's
170.
I need a reserve okay. Bailey reserved it and she's brand new.
Reserve County Bride?
okay, so
Well, I have a ribbon, but I don't know who.
Oh, they're trying to figure that out too. Did you get the County Bride?
Okay, I need Landon Uphold in the ring, please, 366. I need Claire Foley to remain in the ring, 326. And I need Alex Burns, tag 310. This will be for our reserve champion county bred. Grand champion Division 1 was Emily Schillingberg. Reserve champion Division 1 was Maylee Hayes. Maylee Hayes is also our county bred champion. So this drive is for our reserve champion county bred for Division 1.
No.
And my apologies for kind of speeding through that. I got a little excited and just kind of looking right through here. And honestly, I just don't like to spend a whole lot of time, wasting anything. I like to keep things moving. So when there's one that I like and I know exactly what I'm going to do, I usually just do it. So I'll try to slow down next time. I want to put my division on. But you're good. You're good. As we come down, and I think one of those was already your champion for county born. And great job. I love that we can recognize those in-county breeders. That's great. There's one out here for me that just kind of sweeps it in contention for reserve. One that I think I called her a brick house in her class. This one out of our third class here. Just so abundant, so massive. Great job. She'll be your reserve county born.
Division 1 reserve county bred is Alex Burns. So now we're ready to start our Division 2 classes. Class 1, I need London Castillo with tag 313 and London Castillo with tag 314. Caitlin Kelly, tag 347. Kennedy Coger, tag 315. Scarlett Hayes, tag 342. Levi Dietz, tag 319. And Payson Varner, tag 369. These lambs weigh 126 to 131.
we're good.
We're good right now. I just want to tell you, I'm trying to keep the question for you, but I don't know the answers. I'm going to ask you guys.
Somebody to do that when you're up here.
You guys are the people who always take pictures because we don't get to take pictures that much anymore. So at least I can
She may not make
Really tough top three, but I think it narrows down to this young lady very easily. I think he's kind of a runaway. One is just an absolute monster in terms of his skeletal width. I think she's super three-dimensional, and boy, does he just pack it in with plenty of meat and muscle expression. Just love the stoutness from behind. He actually reminds me of a sheep that I used in Idaho. That was a really tough show. It was actually their state fair. Just in his general build, and just kind of give me a flashback as soon as he come in the ring. He is just a little bit more compact about that front third, but boy, I tell you what, shoulders back, he is an absolute man-eater. Love his rib shape, love his barrel, love the stoutness from behind. He's just kind of a little fat steer running around out here, and I'm pretty high on him. I like that one. I really like this one, these two here in second and third. I think the one that I chose to put second, just a little bit wider at the ground, just a little more three-dimensional in terms of his build. He's more opened up right behind that shoulder blade, just a little more genuine in the way that he gets out and uses that hip and hind leg. But boy, I think a high-quality sheep that handles fairly well. Young lady's here in third. Again, one that's fairly good in terms of his overall assembly. Want to just rearrange some things in his hip and hind leg. He's got just a little more set back there than what I prefer. It makes him get up underneath of himself in motion. He's just not quite as opened up and three-dimensional at the ground as he tracks, but still one that I think is extremely high quality and really fancy from the side. I like his build. I love studying him in his underline as he comes up into that chest throw on the front end. I think it's awfully cool. Just not enough power and width today to be any more competitive. Again, the ewe-lamb that comes next, I think she's really nice on the side. She's really square, she's long body, she's very sound. I told her this one needs bred. For me, though, she's just not that powerhouse. You need to open her up just a bit more in terms of her forerib, her center body, just make her round the body and just a little bit stouter all the way through. Still one that I think her build is extremely high quality. And then going on down the line, we've got some sheep that none of them lack power. That's the thing, is we've got muscle in these sheep all the way down to the end. Just minor things in terms of their structure, skeletal build, and overall balance. It might keep them from going any higher in this particular class. If you would, let's put your hands together for all of them.
First place, Payson Varner. Second, London Castile. Third, London Castile, and her tag 313 is also our first place county bred. Fourth, Kennedy Coger. Fifth, Caitlin Kelly, and Caitlin is our second place county bred. Sixth, Levi Dietz, and seventh, Scarlett Hayes. Now we're ready for our second class of Division 2. I need Sarah Conklin, tag 318, Taylor Dumeyer, tag 323, Aubrey Stemple, tag 363, Maylee Hayes, tag 341, Kylie Richards, tag 352, Silas Ringer, tag 355, and Landon Uphold, tag 367. These lambs weigh 132 and 133. Oh, yes, I do. And in this class, we also have our rated game winner for our market lambs, and that is Sarah Conklin with tag 318. This lamb gained 0.85 pounds per day, and Sarah will be receiving a banner on her way out of the ring. Congratulations, Sarah.
class here in the top three. Although this young lady here just kind of runs away with it. One is just so opened up, so three-dimensional and just massive in terms of his build. He's big ribbed, he's big bodied. Yet he's really cool and tucked up in that chest floor and gives us some extension up high. He's short and angular about that shoulder blade. He stays nice and square up high. Plenty stout and three-dimensional from behind, and certainly has some skeletal width at the ground as well. Just a really good, high-quality, well-balanced one to get us started. It's awfully close between second and third. I chose the one that I prefer mainly in the handle. This young lady's weather is just a bit more opened up and just wider about the way this one handles up through that rack shape and loin edge. And certainly maybe has just a little bit more in terms of inner leg expression when you get your hands on it as well. I think both of these are awfully nice. I maybe prefer the one in third here in terms of her center body. She gets a little more opened up right behind that blade, but still I don't know that she handles quite as exquisite right over that top as we need her to. But still I think two really close ones. If you want to swap them for your personal preference, I don't want to do it too hard. We've got some nice sheep that come next, and I'll tell you what, I want to talk about this fourth place ewe lamb here. One that's just an absolute brick house. She's awfully stout. She does not lack muscle anywhere. For me, she gets a little more upright about her shoulder blade, straighter up on the ground, and that necktie is a little bit lower up into the front of her shoulder blade. We need to rearrange some of those angles just to get that one to do just a little bit better here. This lady's got a blue lamb then that comes next, and this one's just too green today. He needs a lot of time on feed yet, and I think once you get a little more bloom and condition, that one's going to max up tremendously. But still, I think a really good built one from the side. I told her I like this one from the side as much as any of them. There's just not enough sheep there today to do any better than this. If you would, let's put your hands together for a nice class with quality all the way through.
First place and her first place county bred is Maylee Hayes. Second place and her second place county bred is Kylie Richards. Third place, Landon Uphold. Fourth, Silas Stringer. Fifth, Aubrey Simple. Sixth, Sarah Compton. And seventh, Taylor Dumar. We're ready for our last class of medium weight Division 2. I need Taylor Dumar, tag 324. Aubrey Simple, tag 362. Kylie Richards, tag 353. Brooklyn Castile, tag 311. Kylie Frankhauser, tag 327. Cameron Hayes, tag 339. Haley Roy, tag 358. Payson Varner, tag 368. And Veda Walsh, tag 371. These lambs weigh 134 to 139.
Yep. Let me see if I can get her.
Let's not get excited just yet. We're going to talk all three of these. I think this is one of those classes where the rubber kind of meets the road and kind of lays the coursework for maybe Grand Drive in the long run, because I'll tell you what, I think these three are all three extremely high quality sheep, really, really good. There's some differences there, but some major, major similarities, and I really like all three of them. I'll start by saying I'd be proud to put any of these three in our barn and get my kids showing them, because all three of them fit me just fine. They're just a little bit different in their overall build and just kind of look. The one up front, I think the longest body one by far. I think he probably gives up the most in terms of just general openness to that four-ribbon center body. And I'm not going to say, individually, just looking at him, if that was the only sheep in the ring, I don't know that thought would even cross your mind, because he still has some roundness there. We just got some more extremities standing behind him that maybe make him look just a little bit flatter, deeper about that four-ribbon chest floor. In the grand scheme of things, as an individual sheep, I probably wouldn't even bring it up, but you put a couple of more extreme ones there, it maybe just does throw that off just a little bit. Still one that's extremely square up high. Love his extension up high, and just really complete one. He is so hard to put a major hole in just as himself individually. In comparison to a couple of the other ones, he probably isn't quite as wide at his base as he meets the ground and gets out and travels, and he does just get a little bit flatter there. But boy, talk about one that's square, that's stout, And honestly, he's even got more power and shape over that top once you get your hands on him, more so than what you even think just looking at him. I think he's really impressive when you get your hands on him. That's an awfully cool one for me. I think the two that stand behind him are just a little more compact, and it maybe gives them that advantage to be more opened up, because those are the easier ones. To be bigger middle is when they're maybe just a little bit shorter spine, shorter back. But still, I like that general three-dimensional skeleton that they bring out here. I like this one here in the middle, just in terms of being so opened up at his pin, so square up high, and still drives us in elevation. He maybe gets just a little bit deeper compared to the one that stands behind him here in terms of coming up into his chest floor. Maybe not quite as extended up and up through that front third as the sheep on either side of him. Still one that I think is just absolutely massive from behind. Super three-dimensional as he meets the ground. Just stays right on the outskirts of that ultra-wide skeleton as he gets out and travels. That's a really nice one as well. This blue sheep here just kind of blows him away in terms of overall skeletal width and power. And at times you got to question yourself and say, is this too much? Is he too extreme? But boy, he gets out and travels and still just uses that skeleton so well. He kind of glides through the ring, flexing that hop, hitting the ground so softly, still having some elevation both in motion and especially on the standstill. And for being as opened up as he is, he still comes into a really smooth shoulder blade, offers some usefulness and attractiveness through that front third, and just kind of combines it all with just that ultra power and shape that we need from behind and over that top. Kind of blows him away in terms of shape up high. Boy, I think just overall muscle expression is just kind of unmatchable compared to this guy. It's hard to compete with that. And when you can combine all those things in such a smooth piece that gets out and motors so well, that's a hard one to beat. He's going to win this class. It's really close. I think this follow in terms of type and time and skeletal width and that three-dimensional shape. We're going to use the young lady here to be second. The young lady up front is going to be third. I love all three of these sheep. It is just one of those tough classes. Let's put your hands together for all three of them. We come into the next couple, and they're still high-quality sheep all the way through. Great job, ladies. Young lady's got one here that's really firm to the touch, and I love this one just in terms of the build. For me, though, when we get on top of this one and from behind, he's just not as opened up, and the skeleton not as three-dimensional at the ground as those three that are going to go ahead and win. But I still like the firmness and freshness to the touch this one offers. Young lady's got another nice one here. I think just in terms of when we narrow it down to the top five, this one gets the flattest and deepest about that center body. Just need to keep that one a little more opened up and just three-dimensional all the way through. Still has some general shape and power. We've got some going on down the line that, maybe just give up a little bit in terms of freshness. We don't really have a super light muscle one here in this particular class, and it's really nice. It made it really tough when they first came in. It almost overwhelmed you in terms of quality. Great job. Let's put your hands together one more time for these exhibitors.
First place, Haley Roy. Second, Payson Varner. Third, and our first place county bred, Brooklyn Castile. Fourth, with our second place county bred, Aubrey Stemple. Fifth, Kylie Richards. Sixth, Kylie Frankhauser. Seventh, Cameron Hayes. Eighth, Beta Walsh. And ninth, Taylor Dumeyer. Now we're ready for our Division II champion in reserve. So I need back in the ring, Payson Varner with tag 369. Maylee Hayes with tag 341. And Haley Roy with tag 358. Those are our first places. Then I need London Castile with tag 314. Kylie Richards with tag 352. And Payson Varner with tag 368. Those are our second places.
what a tough division. And I'll tell you what, I think some of these classes, just within themselves, are tougher than a lot of county fairs that I've done here this summer. Really speaks highly for you guys just in terms of quality and what you guys are doing in terms of breeding these sheep and feeding these sheep. Just doing an incredible job. So I really commend you for that. I don't have my mind made up yet for our reserve here, so I think the easiest thing to do is just get one out of the way. One that just kind of stands in here and screams at you as you are kind of making up your mind. I think he just absolutely has to win. Once he gets past that class, I think he's just an absolute no-brainer. One that's just so blown apart, so powerful, so shapely, yet so cool and built. Young lady Blue Sheep here will be your champion of the lake. I tell you what, it really is a tough choice here as you compare what I consider the next best two are the ones on either end. The one out of that first class, the one out of the third class, the one that I think just kind of puts those lines together just a little bit more correctly and still holding all the shape and power in the world comes out of that third class. That'll be the reserve.
Okay, Maylee, stay put for me.
Wait a second, please.
Okay, I need Maylee with her tag 331. I need London Castile with your 313. This is for county bred. And I need Brooklyn Castile with her tag 311. Those are our first places for county bred. And then I need Caitlin Kelly with tag 347. She's a second. I need Kylie Richards with tag 352 in our second place line. And I need Aubrey Stemple with tag 362 in our second place line. And this will be for county bred, Division 2, Grand and Reserve. London, come down here on this side of Maylee, please.
Right there.
In front of Maylee. There you go. That's perfect.
No, London is light. London is light. Bailey is medium. That is not right. London is light. London is first. Bailey is second. It's fine. It's fine. He'll figure it out. It's fine. Yes. Yes. That's right. Thank you.
Once we get everybody lined up here, I think it becomes pretty apparent. Just quality kind of sorts itself out. you know, there's one out here that just came out of just one of those classes, like I said, where the rubber kind of meets the road and lays the groundwork for the rest of the show. Still one that I think is just absolutely phenomenal in terms of his build. You know, we talked about him, and if he were to come out by himself, you wouldn't question a couple of those things that when you put him next to some of those more extremities, maybe takes away a couple things from the sheep that I still think as an individual are still awfully good. He's so hard to put a major hole in. It's an easy decision for me. This young lady's your champion for this division. Great job. I think as we kind of step back and look at the rest of them, I think kind of power just kind of sorts its way to the top. There's one out here that's just a notch more three-dimensional, just a little more shapely over that top and from behind, still kind of comes into a wedge in the center body, comes up into that underline so well. I'm sure we want to maybe tie that neck up a little bit higher and just keep them as square as we can up high. But still, I think there's a lot of good things going on here. This young lady out of our second class will be in reserve for this division. Great job.
Our Division II champion is Haley Roy. Our Division II reserve champion is Payson Varner. Our Division II county bred champion is Brooklyn Castile. And our Division II county bred reserve champion is Maylee Hayes. Now we're ready to go into our Division III Class 1. I need Carolee Fultz, tag 330. Carolee Fultz, tag 329. Natalie Stemple, tag 365. Madison Dumeier, tag 321, and Madison Dumeier, tag 322. Kennedy Coger, tag 316. Kylie Frankhauser, tag 328, and Alex Burns, tag 309. These lambs weigh 140 to 146.
I thought Lila Brown had the second one.
class. I think the longer out here, the more they just kind of fall right into place. I'm going to use the young lady's ULAM up on top. This one that's super square, more opened up, more massive, fresher to the touch than most of her competitors out here. And just a little better balance as you study her from the side. I like her in terms of her underline. Not super elevated by any means, but I think she's just a little more level. It just kind of paints a little better picture from the side. She's more opened up and robust about her forward compared to the two that's coming behind her. Just a little more correct in terms of her lines and general assembly. Young Maine's got one that's got some muscle shape and some power. Maybe this one gives up a little bit of depth there up front here. Just gets a little bit too long about that blade, deeper about that chest floor, and just not quite as correct in terms of that front third assembly. Still one that's square up high, has some power from behind, and super fresh to the touch. Need to freshen this one up, but I really like this one, this particular ULAM. I think she's long body, she's fairly sound underneath, she's got some extension where she needs to. Just need to tone her back in terms of her condition, and that's kind of the story we kind of set as we go down through the next several places. You guys can go ahead and start bringing them out here. Just sheep that are good and heavy muscled, but still just a little bit too chubby for the ring today. I just need to freshen them up, make them firmer to the touch, and just overall more correct in terms of their balance today. If you would, let's put your hands together for a nice class getting into our heavies.
First place and our first place county bred is Natalie Stemple. Second place with our second place county bred, Alex Burns. Third place, Kylie Frankhauser. Fourth, Kennedy Koger. Fifth, Carolee Foltz. Sixth, Carolee Foltz. Seventh, Madison Dumeyer. And eighth, Madison Dumeyer. We're ready for our Division III Class 2. I need Silas Ringer, tag 354. Addison Rodeheaver, tag 357. Carter Bollier, tag 308. Izzy Hauser, tag 337. Emily Schillingberg, tag 361. Brooklyn Castillo, tag 312. And Addison Rodeheaver with tag 356. These lambs weigh 147 to 157.
Three classes.
that Robbie?
I believe these two right where they are. I'm going to use the young lady up front here to win this class. I like this guy just in terms of his overall width. And I'll tell you what, it's hard to make one that's really stout and has a lot of muscle and power and still not loose in his skeleton. And boy, this guy just kind of gets out and glides and struts with his head up and just flexes that hop so correctly, stays nice and square up high, so smooth about his track and right on the outskirts of the skeleton. He's got some width at the ground, still gets out and uses the skeleton and as good as any sheep that we've seen today. Love his length of body, love the power from behind. And I'll tell you what, they're a little bit different in their overall construction. You know, at first glance, I think you think this one in second here is just a little heavier muscle. And I think you get your hands on him and they're just constructed a little differently. He's not quite as wide-standing and massive and opened up and blown apart about his upper skeleton, so he's a little bit deeper about that seam. But in terms of the stiffness of leg, I think they're about equal there. This guy gets a little bit closer for me at the shoulder blade, a little more forward at that breastplate in comparison to the one that's going to win. But boy, I still like his elevation and drive and his underline underneath. He maybe had a little more set at that hop, and it really sticks out in motion. I think it's probably where it becomes a little more apparent that he's got to be second here. But both really high quality sheep here to get us started. Young lady here in third's got just a really nice, very complete one. Not nearly as high or as heavy muscled as these top two in this particular class, but still just really opened up about her center body. She's got some muscle, and I think she's the freshest one out of the next few in this particular class when it comes to overall condition today. We kind of get into some sheep here that are good in their build, maybe just need freshened up and just kind of toned back in terms of their condition and overall just chub today, but still I think sheep that are very useful, certainly easy feeding and good stylish sheep. Let's put your hands together for a nice tough class.
First place, Brooklyn Castile. Second, Emily Schillingberg. Third, Addison Rodeheaver. Fourth, Silas Ringer. Fifth, Addison Rodeheaver. Sixth, Izzy Hauser. And seventh, Carter Bolliard. And that class did not have any county bred lambs in. Our last class of market lambs, we have Bailey Kasonic, tag 348. Haley Roy, tag 359. Claire Foley, tag 325. Natalie Stemple, tag 364. Carson Belanger, tag 302. Elizabeth Witt, tag 373. And Elizabeth Witt, tag 372. These lambs weigh 158 to 166. On standby, I need our Division III winners, our Division III county bred first and second places, and also our Division I winners to come back in for the overall drive at the end of this.
I see it
really nice class as we wrap up our heavyweights. And I think two of the most powerful ones kind of surface to the top rather easily. It really comes down to, I think, skeletal correctness and overall condition and freshness today. Young ladies, weather up front, just real square made, but boy, is he really firm to the touch and just really fresh in his handle. Just a little more correct in the way that he sets that back leg down compared to the one that's going to be here in second. Still, just a really complete one in his overall build. I like the just mass and shape, and I'll tell you what, if you're just standing behind him, it's hard not to just love this young lady's Elan because she is just an absolute powerhouse. For me, she's just pushing a little too much condition up front. It's starting to just wear on her just a little bit more. She's starting to push that hop outward and inward just a little more. I would like to just make her a little more correct there. But boy, still, I think one that's square in her build and just really opened up in the general assembly with lots of power. Really nice one there. The next two, I think were awfully close there, and I think it really just came down to just overall balance. I think they're both fairly heavy muscle when you get your hands on them. I think both of them can be scaled back in terms of their overall condition. Felt like the one that's going to be here third had just a little more elevation and just just a little more correctness in terms of that underline coming up into her chest floor, his chest floor, and just offered a bit more extension up through that front third. Still, I like the one here in fourth for being just really square up high, really correct in terms of feet and leg. Just gets a little bit flatter and deeper. Both just need toned up just a little bit more. So with the story going on down the line, we've got some good sheep. We just have a little bit too much condition on them today. I know it's getting later in the year and it's hard to keep them really fresh, but that really is a deciding factor here in these next couple of places. Let's put your hands together for a nice competitive class.
First place, and our first place county bred is Natalie Stemple. Second place, Haley Roy. Third, Elizabeth Witt. Fourth, and our second place county bred, Claire Foley. Fifth, Elizabeth Witt. Sixth, Carson Belanger. And seventh, Bailey Kasonic. Now we're ready for our Division III Grand and Reserve Champion drive. So I need Natalie Stemple with tag 365. Brooklyn Castile with tag 312, and Natalie Stemple with tag 364. Then I need Alex Burns with tag 309, Emily Schillingberg with tag 361, and Haley Roy with tag 359.
You're okay. Follow Brooklyn. Alex, you came out against the wall.
Natalie, 365 should be closest to us. Okay.
But I did when she came out. I announced her and her rating game and gave her the banner.
A lot of competition here in our heavies, and it kind of fell into place about like how I thought it would. Just kind of thinking back through the three classes, there was one class winner that I just kind of set the bar a little bit higher quality and just overall build compared to the other two class winners. Not to take anything away from any of them, there's one that just is real easy to look at, real easy to find, just absolutely no denying him later in the middle of the champion heavy. This is probably where it gets just a little bit closer, but even still, I think when it comes down to, just overall power and balance and just overall shape and general assembly, the one that's just the next most highest quality individual animal, again, out of that second class, this young lady will be in reserve. Great job.
Amanda, we need a grand reserve county.
Okay, so now we need our county bred. So I need Natalie Stemple with tag 365 and Natalie Stemple with tag 364. And then for our second places, I need Alex Burns, you stay, and Claire Foley with tag 325.
If you want to pick first, you can. If you want to pick champion, you can. And then we're just waiting for Claire. If the second one is picked.
Told this young lady this is the funnest kind of competition because both the contenders out here belong to her. So that's pretty cool. I commend her for doing a nice job here with these sheep. I think the one is just a little bit more elevated and just kind of drives more uphill and just has a little better look from the side is going to be her whether out of that second class or would be the third class. That would be your champion county born. Congratulations.
That's 364, right? Okay.
We compared the second place one out of that class for our county born compared to that other one that belonged to her. I just feel like that new lamb just stays a little more square up high, a little more robust about her center body. Although I'd like to just soften her up in her flank and just build that outline just a little bit better. I still think that's a higher quality individual all the way through. It's just harder to fault. That one will be in reserve.
Our Division III Grand Champion is Brooklyn Castile. Our Division III Reserve Champion is Emily Schillingberg. And our Division III County Bred Champion is Natalie Stemple. And Division III County Bred Reserve is also Natalie Stemple. So that concludes all of our classes. Now we're ready for our overall grand drive. I need
No, it's just grand reserve.
Emily Schillingberg with tag 360. Haley Roy with tag 358, and Brooklyn Castile with tag 312. Then I need Maylee Hayes with tag 340, Payson Varner with tag 368, and Emily Schillingberg with tag 361.
You need to move more because you're securing them. You need to think.
Let's go ahead and put our hands together here for all of our division winners. It's been one heck of a sheep show here to start. I'll tell you what, I've done somewhere around 30 shows this year between cattle, sheep, and goats, and it has been a lot of fun. But this is the last one I've got scheduled here for the summer, fall, and I'm excited to kind of end here because this is a fun one. The quality is awesome. You guys have been great. The showmen are top notch. And I really mean that. I think you guys are awesome, and it's been a lot of fun. And I know I'm going to be here for the rest of the day, so you'll see me again for the goat show and the cattle show tonight. But I absolutely love our lineup here. We've had some classes, that individual classes that may be even tougher than a lot of county fairs all the way through. A final drive at a county fair that I've seen this summer. Maybe not as tough as some of the individual classes you guys have had. So again, for that, I commend you guys. You guys have not let me down for my high expectations I had from you. If anything, you've exceeded them. There's one out here that I think just absolutely has to win. He's kind of a runaway, came out of our deepest and toughest division on top. He is just an absolute hammer. I think this thing is just so stout from the ground up, so opened up and massive up high, so big ribbed and just so fresh and firm to the touch, and just you feel every single crease in that power and muscle when you handle him. And boy, he's an exciting sheep to have out here. And once we move past him, I think is where the contest really gets close. It's really a race for reserve at that point, because I think the reserve from that particular division next to one of the other division winners is awfully close. Both really high quality sheep, both have plenty of muscle shape, almost to the point where that's even a non-factor. It really comes down to just general build and balance and assembly, and even getting them out in motion and tracking them. I think it's something we need to take into consideration, if even just a little bit more than what happens at certain shows. So I think that's a huge factor. Let's go ahead and put our hands together one more time. If you would, let's everybody get on your feet. Let's put our hands together as I select our champion of the bird.
Okay, now we need to do our county bred overall. So Maylee with tag 340, please stay. We need Brooklyn Castillo with tag 311. And Natalie Semple with tag 364. Then on standby, or in our second place line, we need Alex Burns with tag 310. Maylee Hayes with tag 341. And Natalie Semple with 365.
Who has 340? Maylee. No, Scarlett. Okay. Well, but we need to put them in.
Okay, there we go.
And then Natalie, 364. Do you have 64, Natalie? Yes.
another really nice lineup. And I tell you what, our lineup that we're looking at right now, still very top notch and high quality. So this is this makes it all the more fun here. You know, we pulled a lot of those division winners out here. I think all of them have exited. It's just kind of a different set, but still we've got some really nice sheep in front of us to study. Even still, I think there's one that kind of surfaces their way to the top and came out of a tough class and you know, kind of did some really good things. And we talked about some give and take with each one of them, but even still, I think one just kind of absolutely has to win out here. It gets a little bit closer for reserve. I just think there's one that's just a little better in his overall balance and assembly. Maybe offers just a notch more extension up high, maybe a bit more openness of his pin set and just upper skeleton. But boy, I think some really good sheep. If you would, let's put your hands together and I'll show you the two that I like best.
Our overall Grand Champion Market Lamb 2023 is Haley Roy with tag 358. Our overall Reserve Champion Market Lamb 2023 is Brooklyn Castile with tag 312. Our overall Grand Champion County Bred Market Lamb 2023 is Brooklyn Castile with tag 311. And our overall Reserve Champion County Bred Market Lamb 2023 is Mamie Hayes with tag 341. That concludes our lamb show. I want to thank you all for coming, and we will come back at 1 o'clock for our Market Goat Show. We'd love you to join us. Thank you.
Excuse me. Can you sign this?
You have to take a picture on your own adult.
Nice doing business with you again.
Yeah.
We'll see you at 1.
Sounds good.
Okay.
Sounds good.
How are you?
Good.
Good.